Hello, 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 ladies and gelatins. Welcome, blabs and gels, to this stream of Shibuya Scramble. As you all know, it is Monday. It is also, surprisingly, November. I don't know where October went, but it sure did go. October sure did October super hard. And I swear I'm going to wake up and it's going to be Christmas tomorrow. But in the meantime, let's enjoy some November, you know? There's like Thanksgiving, which like, you know, Black Friday, and like I don't know, I feel like November doesn't have that much going on for it for the most part. Like it's just kind of like the in-between month. Like there's fall. I love fall. More fall-y things, but it starts to get a little wintry towards the end, so it's like an in-betweener month. Hello Algo, hello Blurnico. Great to see y'all. And oh, it's like wasn't. Oh no, not quiz game. Load game. Okay, so basically, we're gonna jump right back into where we were before and figure out what's going on in this brand new hour that we started. Because like we started some things and we got to the beginning of other things, and there's a lot of characters who we have not even touched yet. Okay. So, Achi, where were we? Okay, I get it. I don't need to go to the party. Fine. I'll just be your little tag-along anyways. Just like in that beauty contest. You couldn't let me enter that by myself, could you? You always have to be the center of attention. Maria scowled. Fine. The party starts at 7 o'clock. Try not to forget, okay? Kicking myself as soon as I told her off. My sister isn't the sort of person to tell me what to do or not do. She must have had a reason for not wanting me to go. I was planning on apologizing to her after the party, but then she was abducted, right? Achi polished off the last of the spaghetti. He set down his fork, then wiped his mouth. Oh, thank goodness. We no longer have to look at spaghetti mouth. Tomi, I get why you're trying so hard to save your sister, and maybe I'm not as tough as that Kanan girl, but I'll stick with you to the end if you let me. Spork! Wait, was this Spork? Really? I did not notice. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna like actually pay attention to that. I'm pretty sure it was a normal Spork. He tried his best to convey an optimism he didn't really feel. Once we found her and she's safe and sound, you can tell her you're sorry about what you said. At long last, Tomi cracked a smile. A short while later, the two arrived outside the Gigo building. They were a little early for their 3 o'clock meetup with Kanan. They had decided that searching at random for the blue minivan was too risky. It could easily draw the attention of the man with the cane or the foreign kidnappers. Getting information from Kanan seemed like the next best move. Oh, hey, Achi said as they waited. You've got a little rip in your top. Tomi glanced at her shoulder and saw the tear in the fabric. Oh, you're right. When did that happen, I wonder? Must have snagged it on something while we were running, I guess. We've got some time before Kanan gets here. Do you want to buy some new clothes? Huh? Are you sure that's a good idea? We'll stick out if we stand around here waiting. Might as well head inside until it's time. Since many celebrities did their shopping at Gigo, there were back entrances for times when the place was crowded. Good stream. Thank you. Had a chance to read? I have not. It has been a very busy Halloween weekend. And stuff with work has been crazier still because like we just did like a deployment. So a lot of stuff. I have a lot of things to catch up on, honestly, because of that. But yes, I'm still really glad you sent it to me. Like it's still definitely on my list. It's just the timing of everything. Like everything always happens at like exactly the same time, right? Like it's always like that. Like things don't just come nicely when you have like a bunch of time. Things only happen when you have everything else going on. I swear, it's some weird, like, clumping event universe clumping thing. Wait for a new Jellycat theory. Huge backlog of books. Oh, if we talk about books, that backlog is as far as the eye can see. I have ebooks on my phone. I have a book on my bookcase, or it's not my bookcase, my side, wait, what's it called? Side table next to the bed. I have like books in a shelf that need to be on a different shelf soon, but I do not have another shelf yet for them. There's a lot going on there. Everyone who frequented the old shopping district knew about them, including Achi and Hitomi. In a pinch, they could go through there. With this in mind, the two headed inside. Studio Sega. Shibuya Gigo was an entertainment complex featuring a video arcade and fashion shops. At the time of the story, Gigo includes not only a fashion mall, but various amusements on its different levels. The second floor features all ages fun with rides, games, and sticker machines, while the third floor sports the latest arcade games for the core gamer. There's also a food court that offers things such as crepes and loaded takoyaki octopus dough balls. If the takoyaki, aka an octopus dough ball, I feel like they put the definition next to it for some reason. They just kind of basically said it twice. ATM machine. The ground floor and two basement levels of the building were designed as an amusement area outfitted with skee ball, claw cranes, fighting games, and the like. The second floor had a mix of photo booths and ladies' wear shops. And the third floor were specialty fashion boutiques, and the fourth was restaurants. It sounds like a really nice setup, honestly. Achi and Hitomi took the escalator to the second floor. Hitomi started heading for the shops, but Achi stopped her. Hey, wait up. What's the matter? A dude hanging around a women's clothing store is going to stand out. I'll wait for you here. That's how he saw Maria. Okay. There seemed to be nobody but female customers around. If the man with the cane or the kidnappers appeared, Achi figured, he would spot them right away. It should be safe for Hitomi to shop on her own for a while. All right, Hitomi said. I'll try to make this quick. She began to head on to the sales floor. Whew! A seedy-looking man poked out from beneath the door of the photo booth right at Tomi's feet. That was a close one, wasn't it, Tama? He said to her. I thought I was dead meat for sure. His tone was oddly cheerful, considering what he was saying. Who's this guy? Achi asked. You know him? No, I don't. The sketchy fellow gave her an ingratiating look. Come on, Tama, don't be like that. Tomi took an anxious step back. Hey man, knock it off. Achi dragged the guy up to his feet. Oh, okay, no need to get all testy. Who is this guy, Tama? He your boyfriend? Boyfriend? That might be one way to get rid of him. That's right, so how about you get lost? Oh, it's so interesting. A bashful grin spread across Achi's face. I guess. Achi didn't want to give the wrong impression. No, it's nothing like that. I feel like B is the worst option because it feels like it's assuming stuff. A might be the one that's easiest to explain. Oh, no, it's not really a thing. No, but all of them are kind of interesting. Oh, all of them are interesting. Right? Whatever I feel. You know what? I'm gonna go with B. Oh, perfect. No, he's not my boyfriend. Tomi denied it before the words were out of Achi's mouth. Felt a little pang of heartbreak. What? So you're not her boyfriend? The guy flashed a broad grin. Hey, listen, you creep. Who the hell are you? Poor Achi, right? I mean, to be fair, like, you know, that'd be a big deal to, like, suddenly be like, yeah, it's, like, totally a thing that's happening now. No. Man's face suddenly blanched. Oh, crap. Tom, hold on to this for a bit, will you? The weirdo shoved a worn-out magazine into Hitomi's hands and bolted off in a panic. Hold on one sec, I have to cough. The heck was that all about? Yeah, I wonder why he ran off like that. Achi and Hitomi stared at one another. Well, anyway, there are a lot of nut jobs out there, so be careful, yeah? Okay, if anything happens, I'll give you a shout. Hitomi flashed him an impish smile, then scampered off onto the sales floor. As he watched her go, Achi muttered to himself, damn it, why does she have to be so cute? mean, listen, she won the school beauty pageant. 5 minutes or more passed as Achi waited for Hitomi. He stood by the escalator, almost as if he were keeping guard. Female shoppers began to give him icy stares for being somewhere he probably shouldn't. This sucks. Come on, Hitomi, hurry up and get back here. I mean, he could go play Mario Kart over there. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. It looks like a racing game of some kind. So he could probably go over there and say, hey, I'll meet you here in the arcade. The longer he waited, the more uncomfortable he felt. How long was she going to take? Then he happened to turn around to see Hitomi riding the escalator up. It looked as if she had indeed bought some new clothes. Hey, Hitomi. She didn't seem to hear him. He decided to shout a bit louder. Oh my gosh, wait, what was the hint? What was the hint? Decided to go after her. Had she forgotten where he was waiting for her? It's not her, don't do it. I know it's not her. But I know that we had to change something right here to make it so that she didn't meet up with the guy in the restaurant. So I think A was the previous one where he just shouting, but now I think he needs to go after her. Even if she goes somewhere else, like, it's really important that she doesn't meet up with Tanaka. That's not her, don't do. Okay, fair. Fair. I'm just trying to remember, you know? She stayed on the escalator, heading up towards the top floor. Hold on, there's an alarm going off on my phone for literally no reason right now. I have turned off this alarm 3 times now. I don't do this arrow. Okay, but like, I do, but at home, you know? Like, I don't, if I make comments in the theaters, I do like whispers to my friends, and like, I like need that. I don't go to a theater alone. I need like the whispers to friends. But when I'm at home watching stuff, I love to comment over movies. Now, if I'm going to comment a lot, of course, if there's like a big question or anything, I will pause or straight up just wait. Like, depends on the kind of movie. Because sometimes you're like, wait, hold up, pause for a second. I have a lot of opinions about what just happened. Like, if it's like a drama, or you're just like, okay, you see this, you see that guy, this is supposed to be a romantic comedy. This guy is being hella creepy. A lot of, and you just like, you go on a little rant, right? Like, I will do that. Yeah, I know. It's like, actually, you know what? I bet y'all are probably not surprised at all. I literally do that while gaming. It's the same thing. I just do it in real life. Obviously, I do it with people like who I know. If I'm in a group of people and we're like watching a thing and I don't know people, I'm not gonna say stuff. But I'm just like, come on, right? Like, it's fun to get into it with people, right? Exactly. No, in a theater, absolutely no. No way. Theater, you take the small whispers to your friends and you're good. So, but yeah. I want to go see another movie. There's the Chainsaw Man movie. Maybe that's good. Actually, I think I heard good things about it. Or maybe I heard mixed things. I don't remember. I think it's good things. I think. Either way, I like Chainsaw Man, so it'll be fun. But yeah, no, I totally get it. And I love watching movies. Oh my gosh, yeah. So for Halloween, I ended up having a spooky movie night, and I got to show a bunch of people here movies that I had never seen before, such as The Nightmare Before Christmas. I was like, wait, none of you have seen this? Are you serious? And they're just like, yeah, what is this movie? I'm like, what? You guys seen like other Tim Burton stuff? Like, what? And like Cabin in the Woods, which I love. I loved that movie. That movie is fascinating. It's great. It's a really fun adventure. It was like the first scary movie that I saw that I actually was able to, because like I don't like horror generally, because I like actually will get nightmares if I watch horror. Like I will legitimately get nightmares. Like way back when I first started streaming, like I think one of the second or third games I played was Phasmophobia. And after a little while, I had to stop because I started getting legit nightmares from streaming it, even though I wasn't alone, right? It was just absolutely, it was fun right up until it wasn't. Right up until I'm like, okay, this is starting to affect me in real life, time to stop. But like Cabin in the Woods, I had no problem with, because it ends for me in such a perfect way where it doesn't leave you with the eepy creepies. It leaves you with like a, what? And it's cool. I won't say anything else for anyone. And like, if you've never seen this movie, for anyone watching this, if you've never seen this movie, Cabin in the Woods, like, do not look up anything about it and go watch it. It is scary, but it's also not scary. That's all I can say, really. It's definitely not for kids also. But that's worth watching for sure. Yeah, for me it's a classic. Which is why I was so surprised. I was just like, what? I've never heard of this movie, right? And it's like, I know it's a much more recent one, but I really liked the one, like the film so much for it, honestly. Worked on Halloween. Yeah, I get it. I actually specifically took the day off because it was my birthday and also Halloween. So I'm like, well, I want to have a spooky movie night, so I also want to cook for people. And I did. I made deliciously, like, devilishly rotten, like, deviled eggs. No, it was like deliciously rotten deviled eggs, basically. And it was like basically deviled eggs with like green food coloring inside, so it actually looked like guacamole. I'm like, this doesn't look rotten. This looks like guacamole, but it's not guacamole. But it was honestly pretty good. That, and I made mocha cupcakes, which like is my mom's recipe, but it turned out very different. So I'm gonna have to figure out like what is it that's different? Is it because like the flour I used is different, or did I do something wrong? Did I measure something wrong with the ratios? Because like it wasn't bad. It was definitely still good, but something was off. And also, the problem is my mom gave me a recipe for the frosting and for the cupcake. And the frosting, she gave me for like 8 cupcakes, which was perfect because I didn't have that many people, and people don't want like a ton of cupcakes here. People are not super hardcore about sweets here. But the icing was like 3 times more than I needed it to be, and I'm like, oh boy, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of this icing. I have to do something. I can't just eat it. I mean, I guess I could, but I shouldn't. And I shouldn't just put it on like pretzels or something either. I don't know. Yeah, dude, I actually love deviled eggs. It's crazy because like I grew up like loving deviled eggs. Like the first time, like I hate hard-boiled eggs personally. They taste chalky and weird, but I love deviled eggs. And I was very pleasantly surprised when I was a child and had deviled eggs for the first time. And I was like, oh my God, this is so interesting and unique and delicious. And then I literally like never made them until I was like on this party. I was like, wait, why have I never made deviled eggs? This is like actually a perfect party food. It's also super not hard to make. So I was very much like, I guess I've just unlocked a new thing that I will be making more often now, because why do I rob myself of deviled eggs? Why have I robbed myself this whole time, right? Yeah, you can make them ahead of time because they go in the fridge, right? Like yeah, exactly. It's good. It's good stuff. So did that. Oh, and I was playing, I didn't finish it. We didn't finish it, but I played the next day with a friend who came to visit for the weekend from out of town. We played Until Dawn. And like, I haven't played it in like a really, 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 really long time. So I basically forgot almost everything that happens in the game. I remember like the most important key parts. So there will some things that will not surprise me, but also like, it's such an interesting experience to watch it again, kind of knowing some stuff, but like having no idea about other stuff. It's really cool. And I say I love games like that. But yeah, I have to finish it at some point. Still, yes, deviled eggs are delicious. I wonder if I have any pictures of what I made. I'll check, actually. I will legitimately check to see if I have any photos. Because, like, literally, you're going to be like, this is not guacamole. But yeah, last minute stuff. Anyways, she stayed on the escalator heading up to the top floor. Auntie followed her, but by the time he reached the top, she was out of sight. This was the restaurant floor, so it was more open than the other levels. A floor designated solely for eateries. Typically, this is the topmost floor of a mall building like Gigo. Those who head up here during morning hours will likely find the place deserted. Gigo's restaurant floor features a variety of different cuisines, including Chinese, Italian, creative Japanese food. Like, what kind of creative Japanese food? Sushi, tempura, and other delicacies from around the world. There's a bunch of things. Interesting. Yeah, that's really cool. I found that that's the case. Like, usually different different members of the family will have, like, different kind of specialties, which are fun. Oh, okay. What's your favorite like party food? Like if you're gonna have a party and like what's your like one of your go-tos for like, okay, I need to make like a lot of food for a bunch of people that's like easy to split. Do you have a go-to? Do you have like a couple go-tos? Don't know. Because like I never really know what to make. Which is why I'm just like, deviled eggs might become one of my new go-tos. Cause like I never know. I never know. I really got to get my mom's like bean dip recipe though at some point though. That stuff was great. Sliders, really? Oh, that would be so awesome. I wonder if you could get like tiny buns here. Sliders is such a good idea. What do you put on the sliders? Like meat, onion, like anything else really, like tomato or other stuff, or is it like really simple slider? Stuffed paprika. Oh, stuffed bell peppers are delightful too, but that's not so much like snacky food. That's like a whole meal for the most part. I feel like jalapeno poppers would be great if they weren't such a pain to make, especially because like getting a fresh jalapeno here in Poland is like impossible. I have never seen it anywhere in any store. Slider burgers or crockpot, Ohio. Shredded cheese sandwich. Okay, is okay. I have to ask if this is a typo because I have no idea what crockpot, Ohio would be. Especially because like, but like that sounds like a real thing. So I'm intrigued. Shredded chicken sandwiches also does sound very good, especially like barbecue sauce. Mini Hawaiian ones or barbecue cheeseburger teriyaki burger. Oh, oh, I know what I'm doing the next time I have like a little get together with people. That sounds phenomenal. I want to like I'm gonna like screenshot this and send it to myself. Cause like I need to think about this. I need to actually consider how I would like how I would do this in the future. I'm very, very interested. And I really need to think about where I could get stuff for like the sliders. Lazy tailgater classic shredded chicken, cream of cheese, some spices and pickles. What do you do with the chicken? It was a sandwich. You just put it on with just the stuff on the inside. Like, okay, hold on. Chicken, cheese. Okay, hold on. It's the shredded chicken, cream of chicken, cheese, spices, and pickles. That sounds so interesting. I've never heard of this. Yeah, sliders effectively. That is what that is, a mini burger. Goes on a bun. The pickle slice. It's a jalapeno mashed potato salad. That makes me think of like sloppy joes, but totally different. Oh my gosh, I gotta get some of these recipes. I gotta like make a Polish-ish version of some of these things just because straight up, some of these things are just really hard to make. I feel like instead of, because like it's almost impossible to get like tiny buns here. I can't even imagine. What I would probably do is I would probably get like a normal bun and then just like cut it into fourths so that way people just take a fourth of it. It's definitely still gonna be a gloppy mess. Crock pot. I really need a crock pot. I've been thinking about getting a crock pot, especially because like I was thinking like, oh, maybe I should just get a thing to put in the oven. Do I really need more stuff to put on my counter or like hide away for later? But like, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I really miss slow cooking and like especially because I love shredded chicken so much and even just like really basic shredded chicken, like literally just some salt, some pepper, and some olive oil and you just throw the chicken in there. And I love soup. Yes, I do. I love soup. Normally, I cook the soup just like as is, or I used to have like we used to have here multi cooker, but it wasn't a slow cooker. It was everything except for slow cooking. It was pressure cooker. It was like a bunch of other stuff, but just not slow cooker, which like I feel like is the thing I'm missing in my life now. Okay, now not only am I extremely deliciously, delightfully hungry, but I'm actually legitimately inspired for the next time that like there's some kind of party or even just like friends coming over. I think it'd be really fun to make any of these things, even just like the bigger version of it. Yeah, I don't know where I would get cream of chicken though. Is I think one thing I'd probably have to like do something other than the cream of chicken. Like, cause like the cream of chickens, cream of mushroom, cream of blah blah blah. You can't. Those are not things that you can get here. Those are not things. So I'd probably just have to replace it with like cream and chicken stock. Like cream mixed with a bouillon cube. I don't know. I'd have to figure out because like I know what cream of chicken tastes like. But yeah. All right. Make the thing they try to. That's true. But I've actually tried to make one of the soups before. The problem is when you get the can, it's already like pre-concentrated. So like I would have to make the soup and then concentrate it, which like would take forever for it to like straight up just boil down. That's the problem is like you have to make like the clumpy, chunky version of it ahead of time somehow. That's the hard part. It's kind of like you know those French onion soup packets that you can use to make just like like you just combine one of those with like sour cream and it makes one of the best dips for just like any for basic like Lay's chips or anything just like ever. Or you can also combine it with Greek yogurt. But like actually I think I've mostly had it with Greek yogurt, but still like French onion thing in that, or just like you can also do a nice roast with just the French onion soup mix in there in a crock pot. So good. It doesn't exist here. You can't get the French onion soup mix. It's not an easy thing you could just add to stuff because now it's like a whole thing you have to like make or try to replicate. It's not the same. Minotone just learned about deviled eggs as a percent. Listen, like getting like your party snack level up to like a functional and like a functional, useful level with variety is huge. It's huge. It's a game changer. He hurriedly began to look around. As he wandered, he bumped into a man talking on a cell phone. Ah, sorry, my bad. Hachi held up a hand in apology, but the man was too engrossed in his conversation to notice. No, you're not getting it. The lock was undone too. The man startled Achi by suddenly shouting into his phone. You need to consider the risk of it getting out. Whatever this guy was talking about, he was angry with whoever was on the other end. Look, I'll figure what to do about the minivan. You just handle things on your end. Minivan? Achi's interest was piqued, but he needed to find Hitomi before he let anything distract him. Oh, see, that looks delicious too. I don't know what kind of Chinese restaurant also has like raw foods, but like, I would eat a lot of that. Oh yeah, this is the buffet. Even better. You could just get a bunch of stuff and put it on a plate. To be fair, Kira, I will say that like as someone who has been to I can't say a lot of parties, but I will say more than a handful of parties. You don't start making like snacks for parties until you're like very past college. This is kind of the problem is like you have to get very past college levels to like actually start making like proper snacks and have other people bringing proper snacks and stuff. Like it just does not happen. Like college party is like okay, there's gonna be like pizza and like chips or whatever, and that's normal, and like you get used to that and you're like cool, I don't need to bring anything except for my own beer maybe. And then like you graduate, you become an adult, and you're like, oh no, people, what am I supposed to bring to a party with a bunch of adults? I don't know. What do I do? Or like you have a bunch of people over and you start to realize you're like, wait, hold on. Um, I'm not a student anymore. I need to I need to make stuff for people. I can't just have them show up and be hungry. That's like illegal basically. So that's bad. And then you realize it the hard way, like me, when you have multiple get-togethers and people start being hungry, and it's like a whole thing, and it's like, maybe we shouldn't be doing that anymore. Maybe I should prepare. But then you're like, well, cooking a bunch of stuff is also like a lot of work, though. So you try to figure out how to get like, you know, less work into doing stuff that's just easy to spread around to a lot of people and make people happy. And then you start realizing you're like, oh my God, what was that like the church potlucks when I was a kid? Oh my gosh, what did my mom make when I was young? I don't know. I was there, but I wasn't, you know what I mean? And so, every little thing helps. Chinese restaurant. Chinese restaurant. Exactly. That's how you know it's good. Pick up at the store deli. True. That's very true. Social isolation. It does have some perks, I will say. So, like, for example, during COVID years, not having to worry about what to bring to a party. One of the weirdest upsides. Also sad, but still. God, Payless. Oh man, yo, 14 hours. And how do you feel after 14 hours of sleep? Because honestly, that sounds phenomenal. You can see a lot of Shibuya through those windows. Maybe Hitomi decided to look for the minivan up here. One of the restaurant employees came rushing up as Achi headed inside. Sir, I'm sorry. Sir, you'll have to forgive the inconvenience. We're not open to the public, not right now. Not at the moment, I mean. The employee's voice was oddly subdued for some reason. Huh. Masei Takai, a part-time staffer at Imabiki Chinese restaurant. Her boss chewed her out pretty bad for showing up at work with her nails manicured black. She was ordered to go to the restroom and scrub them clean, but no amount of nail polish remover was able to do the trick. So she's been dealing with her boss's wrath all day long. Oof. Oh, that's brutal. Why is there a video that just shows... Why is this a video? That's terrifying. Why not, Achi asked. Well, you see, one of our other customers ate all our food. They ate all of it? Oh my god. Oh, but I'm telling you, Chidi absolutely needs to go into competitive eating like yesterday. Like a year ago. Like, this girl has a talent. She needs to utilize it. Nail polish is straight up cursed. So a chubby young woman camped out at a table by one of the windows. Set out before her was a veritable mountain of plates. What I'm trying to say, sir, is that we're closed for the rest of the day. Oh, but I'm with her, actually, Achi lied. Without waiting for a reply, he barged in the restaurant. He took a quick look around, but there was no sign of Hitomi. Before leaving, though, he figured he'd at least take a look out the window. The huge glass panes looked out into Dogenzaka. He had a decent view of the roads, but he didn't spot a blue minivan. Achi dropped his gaze to the sidewalk outside the building. Oh. He let out a tiny gasp. Even from 4 stories up, there was no mistaking what he saw. That is the face of someone about to reach it. I feel like Chidi has reached enlightenment, like, at least like a year or so ago. This girl is so at peace with her whole life and her ability to just put away food. Like, literally the person you would want to bring with you to a buffet. You're like, girl, I can't finish this, because she's just like, done. It's done. Done. Gone. Fixed. Like, she's always getting her money's worth every day. Shed her mortal form. A group of black-clad foreign men had gathered outside the building. Had they figured out he and Hitomi were inside? He needed to find her, and fast. He raced out of the restaurant, alert for trouble. Okay, the keep out. Partner in time. Hello, yes. The Sega supermarket that was borrowed since Sega published the original. Oh, that's why it's this one. Oh, this makes perfect sense. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Thank you for fun facts. Time chart. Okay, it's like not even that far down before this happens. Okay, Maria. Does she go somewhere else now? Let's find out. At a part ways. You say yes, I saw Amy from Sonic at least for one of them. Like she was in the background for a lot of time. I honestly I should keep my eyes out for more characters here. Pretty cool. I remember specifically that because like actually like one of my first games on Game Boy Advance specifically was actually a Sonic game. And of course, you know, I liked the hammer. The hammer was great. Third floor is packed with young girls. Spot a shirt that catches my eye and head to the fitting room to try it on. There, I realize there's something in my pocket. Something I must have been carrying around for a while. It's a photo. A photo of a white man. Stanley? Okay, who is this guy? I mean, I know. Sonic Advance, yes! Like the first one, I think. Can't tell if I recognize him or not. This man. I still mostly play Pokemon though, to be honest. I was like just straight up a Pokemon addict when I was a kid. Dangerous. I hear someone's voice inside my head. Stay away from him. Ooh. Flashes of memory flicker in my mind. I see a girl standing before me. Can't quite recall her face, but I get the impression she's someone very important. She speaks to me. It's Kanan. I mean, we can see the tattoo. It's Kanan, and also, like, who else would it be? This man is dangerous. Stay away from him. That's all. Then I snap back to my senses. Feels like I was right on the cusp of remembering something critical. At any rate, it seems like there's some connection between me and the man in the photo. Try as I might, though, I can't recall anything more than that. Oh, she looks hecka cute in that. Even with that big, massive, chunky necklace. Which, like, honestly, totally works with that outfit. She could pull it off. She could probably pull off almost anything, though. Try on the shirt I picked out. Yeah, that looks good. I decided to buy it and have the store toss out my storm sweater for me. About to go down the escalator, a young man strides up to me as if I'm an old friend. There you are. I thought we were going to meet on the second floor. Going to meet? What's this guy talking about? I've never seen him before. Oh well, anyway, come on, we have to go hide. Hide? Why do we need to do that? Hide, why? Because those guys might have found us. They're outside. He grabs my hand and I yank it away. Hey, come on, what gives? Is this some new pickup trick or something? Whatever it is, it's way too aggressive. Get the heck out of there. Hey, hey! I keep shouting, but I ignore him and try to slip away into the crowd. When I look back, though, I see he's still following me. What do I do? For now, maybe I should head to another floor. Maybe I should hide somewhere, a place where there's fewer people. I should head to another floor. I hurry toward the back of the bank of elevators. We're clamoring for Sonic Advance up. Oh gosh, no. Well, if it isn't Tama, what a coincidence! It's the Yanagashita again. I try to walk by like I don't notice him, but it's already too late. Huh? Hey, where'd your boyfriend go? Boyfriend? I have no clue what he's talking about. Anyway, perfect timing. Can you give me back that magazine? Nothing you're saying is making any sense. I peered him in confusion once again. Yanagashita looks like he might start to cry. Don't tease me like this. I did give it to you, right? No, you didn't give me anything. I get it. You wanted that 100,000 yen all to yourself, so now you're playing dumb, is that it? No, I honestly have no idea what this is all about. But now he's all worked up and getting red in the face. Look, you might have amnesia, but that excuse ain't gonna fly with me. Expensive. I mean, it has a lottery ticket on there, so yes. Amnesia has nothing to do with it. He doesn't seem to want to believe me no matter what I say. Come on, hurry up and just give it back. Otherwise he's gonna start bawling here real loud. He's gonna cry? Seriously? This guy's a real piece of work. What's it gonna be? You gonna make a grown man cry? It'd certainly be pretty embarrassing if he starts sobbing now, but I can't exactly give him a magazine I never had. elevator doors open. Well, if it isn't our little entrepreneur, we've been looking for you. It's the two thugs from before, and there's no avoiding them this time. I saw Ozu and his underling, Yutaro Segawa, members of the Tenryo Gumi Yakuza syndicate. Ozu is quite frightening when angry. His nickname is Ozu the Ogre. But despite his strong emotions, he's very logic-driven. Excuse me. 1 sec. Surprise cough time. No worries, we got water. Segawa is an archetypical punk who likes to get into scuffles, but he's also a really good cook. Yipes! The man dragged Mr. Yanagashita into the elevator. Save me, Tama! He grabs hold of my hand. Hey, let go of me! Right, now I'm in the elevator too, and the doors are shutting. Thank you for the hydrate. I did indeed have some water. I'll probably a little more. Now then, Mr. Yanagashita, says the bald-headed man, there's nowhere else to run. His tone is polite, but also pretty foreboding. Whoa, wait, just hold on. Like a cook, unlike certain so-called parent. Ooh. Osawa is, I would say a failure of a parent, honestly. I don't think there's really any other way to slice that. Wait, hold on, I can get you the money. I'm just about to get loads of it. Enough of your pappycock, snarls the younger guy. Balderdash, claptrap, straight up nonsense. Taken from the Dutch pappycock, meaning soft dung. Oh, good to know. I really mean it this time. Please, you have to believe me. I can pay you 100,000 right now. 100,000? You really can't around that much? Asked the bald man. No, not me, the girl. The men turned to eye me in unison. She's holding on to something that's worth 100,000 yen. What? The sudden turn in conversation has me all flustered. Tama, please, just hand it over. I already told you, I do not know what you're talking about. The elevator stops at the first floor and the doors open. Oh. Standing on the other side of the doors is the guy I ran into earlier, Hana's father. The bald-headed man snarls. Toyama! I'll just get the next one. Hana's father bolts like a startled hare. Tama, stop making egg! Now's my chance, Yanagashita hisses. He darts into the elevator and makes a run for it. Hey, after him, shouts the bald man. Who, him or him? Just start with Toyama. The two thugs race after Hana's father. They left me here all by myself. I'm worried enough to think about going after them. Before too long, I've lost sight of them all. For a long time, I just stand there, dumbfounded like a hurricane victim lingering in the aftermath. Ugh. What a day this has been. When I finally get my wits about me, I realize I'm pretty hungry. That's right, I didn't get to eat lunch. Headed for the 4th floor where the restaurants are. Ah, yes, that's true. To make jokes, yes, make eggs out of them. Yes, Tama is egg, mini egg. Egg jokes are good. Got some, Yanagashita might have some egg on his face. As I'm riding up, I hear commotion coming from the floor below. It's a man's voice shouting angrily, out of my way, come on. Pay the outburst no heed and let the escalator take me up. When I arrive at the 4th floor restaurant section, the sign for a Chinese buffet catches my eye. A style of dining where guests serve themselves freely from an array of prepared foods, taking as much of each as they want. Many hotels and restaurants tend to hold buffets at lunchtime or for brunch. Sometimes, however, this just winds up being a kind of cruel trap, with crowded lines making it take forever for you to get even near the food. Imabiki Chinese Restaurant. The name means something along the lines of fire of morning. I guess fire is important for cooking, but that's kind of an unsettling thing to call an eatery. Tama is still mostly, if not related to the comedy. Oh, this is Tama. Tama is Maria. Tama is Hitomi's sister. So actually very, very much a part of the plot. I'm in a mood to straight up devour some Chinese food. When I go to enter though, I'm stopped by one of the employees. Oh, I'm sorry, miss. I'm afraid we're not accepting any more, customers. I mean, we're not really open. Not now. She sounds a little bewildered by her own words. Why not? Well, you see, one of our other customers ate all of the food. Someone ate an entire restaurant out of food? I'm saying, miss, is that we're, closed for the day. Ugh, go figure. Looks like Mr. Yanagashita's bad luck has rubbed off on me. Guess I'll have to look around for another restaurant, too. Hold up. Who's that kid? Lying idly across the seats in the waiting area at the front of the restaurant is a young girl. Is this the girl the dismal-looking fellow has been searching for? Minorikawa, yeah. Minorikawa, definitely. He's, like, a part of things, but, like... we know he would want to report on all of this, but, like... he doesn't know about any of it, really. She looks so sad, it makes my heart ache. Can't just leave her here all alone. Excuse me, is your name Hana? She looks weary at the question. Your father's been looking for you, I say. Hana ignores me, just stares up at the ceiling. So how about we try to find your dad together? I coax the girl into getting up, then I call out to the restaurant staffer. Excuse me, where should I go to ask them to put an announcement on the PA system? No, maybe the first floor, the security office? Great, down we go. I take Hana with me and we get on one of the elevators together. Up and down and up and down. Do you know my father? Hana's tone is pretty brusque. Well, I don't really know him exactly. Are you a debt collector? I laugh and shake my head. Would a debt collector be wearing an outfit like this? Hana lets out a deep sigh. So you're just kind of butting in then? Well, yeah, I guess so. Can't help but grin sheepishly. I feel like something about sad little Hana is stirring some of my lost memories. If I just came out and told her that, though, she'd probably think I was a total weirdo. So I decide to say something else. Guess I just got bored being all by myself. Guess I'm the sort of person who can't ignore someone in trouble. You're weird. Hana looks away from me. Be the hero. We are the hero. I mean, we are. This game's spiritual predecessor basically made everyone less connected than Minorikawa. Oh, not really meeting each other. Interesting. Yeah, actually, I mean, listen, if the story is good, I'm always interested in this kind of stuff, like visual novels and weird sort of unique games like this are incredible to me. It's like my favorite kind of thing. When I get to the security office, I hear voices coming from inside. I wonder what they're talking about. I peek in through the crack in the door, see a man with a cane speaking with a security guard. How many exits are there that lead outside? There's the main entrance on the first floor along with 2 side entrances. Also, there's one down on the first basement level and another in the second. The security guard spoke with polite precision. I see, says the man with the cane. I need you to shutter all exits except for the main entrance right away. Understood, sir. Ooh. Attention all shoppers. The announcement comes in over the loudspeaker. Due to maintenance, all first floor entrances other than the main entrance have been closed. We apologize for the inconvenience. Customers wishing to leave, please use the main entrance on the first floor. Not sure what just happened, but it sounds like the main entrance is now the only way out. Come on, I say, let's have them make an announcement for us. When I turn around, Hana's gone. She must have run off while I was distracted. Well, looky here, if it ain't that little cutie again. The 2 thugs that were after Yanagashita come strolling towards me. Oh, you're a speedy one, huh? Says the bald man. Weren't you downstairs just now? Did you change your clothes, too? Looks me over, seeming impressed. Hey, hold on, let me see your face. The younger man grabs me by the wrist. You know Yanagashita, yeah? Go on and give him a quick little call for us. Gives me a sharp yank. Let go of me. Can it, girlie? Just give the man a call and we're all good. I have nothing to do with that guy. Do it now. These guys aren't even listening to me. Now I'm pretty pissed off. I said, I have nothing to do with that guy. I whip my manhandled arm in a wide arc and send the younger man flying into a stack of boxes. Guess he must not have been expecting that. He hits hard, the impact knocks him out cold. Whoa, who the heck are you? The bald man asks, his eyes wide. Shut up, I tell him. You're next. Ugh. I flash a winning grin. He gathers up his fallen friend and drags him away as fast as he can go. Okay, that was pretty strange. It was just like when I was fighting Miku. My body seems to know how to pull off all these moves instinctively. Am I a martial artist, maybe? Anyway, I've got to find Hana. Easier said than done. I wander around the building, but I don't see any sign of the girl. Maybe she went back home. Eventually, I slump down on a bench in a corner. Wish I could go home, too, I mutter to myself. Something cold presses against my neck. What? Is that what I think it is? Make a scene and I slit your throat. Oh no, it is a knife. Two foreign men grab me by the arms from either side. In that moment, fragmentary memories flood through my mind. I'm on a street. It looks like someplace in the Middle East. I'm being dragged along by several men. I'm too scared to speak. There are people on the street, market vendors, but none of them seem willing to get involved. Hold up. I mean, listen, I'm not surprised. Again, Father of the Year here, Osawa, just let his daughter just kind of wander around alone in the Middle East. And Maria came back from this trip being like, yeah, oh my gosh, I met this super cool girl, and not like actually. Okay, yep. Yeah, I mean, not even a little bit putting it past him at this point. The men drag me to some back alley. Help me. Please, somebody help me. I'm being abducted. And then a dark silhouette drops down in front of me. The figure brandishes a knife, threatening at the men. How do you fight when you literally cannot see? The blade moves with dazzling speed. My captors are all down in mere moments. Who is this? Who came to save me? I try my utmost to drag my memories to the surface. It's a girl. That's right, I'm certain of that much. I don't remember her face, but it's a girl, younger than me. Walk faster. The angry hiss in my ear snaps me out of my flashback. What was that memory just now? I'm more concerned about the girl who saved me than I am about the men who've captured me now. The two thugs march me along, still holding me by the arms. I can't believe she was in a place like that. Yeah, talk about giving us the runaround. Can't figure out what they're talking about. A place like what? Giving them the runaround? Do you know me? The two men look at each other. Wait, are you the other one? One of them peers closely into my face. What are you talking about? What do you mean a place like... Stop as a sudden idea comes to me. Hold on. Are you talking about that storehouse? Men look utterly confused. What are you talking about? One of them asks. Explain I've lost my memory. This seems to make them pretty anxious. We gotta report this. One of the men takes out his cell phone and makes a call. He informs whoever's on the other end that I've lost my memory. I have no idea what's going on. Based on what I can follow from the conversation, though, it seems that these were the people who put me in the storehouse. But why had they done that? One of these guys asked if I was the other one. What could that possibly mean? Could it be? Did they abduct me because they mistook me for someone else? If so, who? The more I try to think, the more muddy this all gets. Calm down, just calm down. Let's think of what we know. What I do know for sure is I woke up inside that storehouse, and evidently took a blow to the head, and that's the cause of my amnesia. Hold on, that's strange. If these people had kidnapped me before, why wasn't the storehouse bell locked? Seems pretty sloppy if they wanted to keep someone confined. What could all this possibly mean? It's no use. I haven't the foggiest. None of this makes any sense at all. Let go of her. I craned my neck to see who spoke. It's a man with a cane who was at the security office. Who the hell are you? One of my captors barks. I said, let her go. Did you not hear? The man with the cane pulls a gun from his suit pocket. Get lost. This isn't worth dying over. The two men take a few steps back and then bolt out of the alleyway. Who are you? My voice trembles slightly. Guess he's not here. The man takes a quick look around. He? You mean Mr. Yanagashita? All that matters is he's not here. Gun in hand, the man slowly approaches. Hitomi Osawa, I know you've done nothing wrong. What? I feel a jolt of surprise at the name. Hitomi Osawa? Is that my name? His face a mask of stone, the man points the gun right at my head. Please, no hard feelings. Very hard feelings. Many hard feelings. Confused feelings. Oh, we got her to the to be continued. Okay. 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 All right. All right. So that's supposed to happen. It's not a bad end. Guess we have to go to the jump, though, which is fine. Right? Me too. I thought she was going to get shot and it would be bad end, but it's not. Right? I saw the fade and I was just like, oh, we're going to have a fade and then a phew. But not this time. Jump, 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 jump. Hey, we've unblocked the keep out. Achi took the escalator down to the 3rd floor, and there was Hitomi, standing right in the open, after he'd been searching for her high and low. There you are. Thought we were going to meet on the 2nd floor, Achi said. She stared back at him in confusion. Oh well. Anyway, come on, we have to go hide. Hide? Why? She gave him a dubious look. Achi felt like something was off, but now wasn't the time to dwell on it, because those guys might have found us. They're outside. He took a hold of Hitomi's hand. Hey, let go, what gives? She quickly yanked her hand away. Huh? Achi tried to make sense of the way she was acting. She took off down the corridor. Hey, Hitomi! He hurried after her. It was like changing her clothes had also changed her personality. Oh, Achi is not the brightest crown in the box, but you know, it's part of why we love him. Very, very himbo. Hopefully he will put 1 and 1 together. I'm not 2 and 2. Like, this is 1 plus 1 level logic to be able to say, hey, I was talking to you earlier. Did you change clothes? Also, you were different. Wait a second. You have a twin. What? He couldn't just leave her alone. The kidnappers might well be closing in. He stayed in pursuit of her, trying not to draw too much attention. He lost track of her somewhere near the elevators. Ugh, what is her deal? Sure of what else he should do, he headed back to their rendezvous point on the 2nd floor. When he arrived, he spotted Tomi heading down the escalator ahead of him. Tomi! Achi shouted, but his voice vanished in the noise of the crowd, and she disappeared onto the 1st floor. Damn it. Achi rushed down the escalator. He took the steps 2, 3, 5 at a time. He made it to the 1st floor and looked around. There was Hitomi about to take a different escalator back up. Why is she doing this? He waved his arms to get her attention, but she didn't notice and headed right back up. Down, up, down. What the heck is she thinking? Achi sped around and got on the upward escalator. Out of my way, come on. He shoved people aside as he ran past the moving stairs. Achi getting scared by his reflection. Yep, pretty much. He saw no sign of Hitomi when he reached the 2nd floor. He lost track of her completely. Oh, come on, this is ridiculous. Achi's shoulders slumped. He felt exhausted, but he kept up his search, scouring one floor after another until eventually he made it down to the 2nd basement level. Had she grown too impatient waiting for Kanan and gone off searching for the blue minivan again? I think I can handle myself from here. He thought back to what Hitomi had said earlier. Damn it, she's not going to be okay by herself. He pounded his fist into the wall in frustration. Please stop. That was Hitomi's voice. Hitomi? Achi moved faster than he could think. Achi, she called back. A pair of thugs had grabbed her by both arms. Achi stomped his way towards them. Get your hands off her, he shouted. Huh? What's it to you, pal? The older of the two of them, a middle-aged fellow, turned to Achi with a sneer. He looked familiar somehow. Hitomi shook herself free of the men and ran over to Achi. It's no use trying to act tough, buddy. We're just trying to get back what we're owed. Don't make us have to get rough with you. What, you're owed? Hitomi, do you owe people money? No, I don't. They just came after me and started going on about 2 million yen. She looked just as baffled at the situation as Achi was. If you're gonna blame someone, blame your boss, older man said. He gestured to his lackey. A feral gleam flashed in the young punk's eyes. It was the look of a man who couldn't resist dishing out a beatdown. He brought his fist and shifted his feet, shadowboxing a few quick jabs with his left hand. It looked like Achi like he was an experienced boxer. Hold on, Hitomi said. What do you mean, my boss? Say what? Yanagashita, who the hell do you think? Young punk shuffled closer, still menacing. Then his expression changed. Hey. Hold on, are you Achi Endo? Yeah, that's right. Haha, well, ain't that lucky getting to throw down with you like this. The punk sounded pleased indeed. I've heard all sorts of rumors about you, you know. Let's see how true they are. Achi didn't like his chances in a straight-up fight with a trained boxer. What should he do? Had to go for broke. You just run for it. He had to run. He reached behind himself and grabbed Hitomi by the arm. Keeping his eyes fixed on his opponent, he took a careful step back. Running away, huh? Coward. Punk was quick to close the gap Achi just made. Achi didn't care if he was a coward or not. All he cared about was making sure Hitomi was safe. Suddenly, the elevator's door opened before them. A miserable-looking older man stood in the elevator. The sight of him, the punk's face went red with rage. You, Toyama! Going up! The man in the elevator hurriedly closed the doors. The two thugs rushed towards him, but the elevator had already begun heading back upwards. Come on, after him, older man shouted. Young punk raced up the stairs. You stay right where you are, the older fellow added, glaring at Hitomi. And he followed after him. Does he really think we're dumb enough to just wait here? Oh, it's very Scooby-Doo right now. Achi, I've been looking all over for you. Hitomi gave him an angry swat on the chest. For me? What are you talking about? You weren't waiting where you said you'd be. Yeah, because you went up to another floor. What do you mean? I went right where you said, on the second floor. Huh? This wasn't quite adding up. The second floor? What are you talking about? You went up to the third floor. No, I didn't. Wait, what? None of this makes any sense. Achi felt like his brain was getting all scrambled. Well, anyway. No further questions. No further like, well, what I saw was I saw you and I talked to you and your personality changed and everything. You were wearing different clothes. No, nothing useful. No useful pieces of information for her. Just the, well, anyway, at least I found you safe and sound. The two smiled at one another. What's with those clothes? Tommy's new outfit was completely different from the clothes she'd had on earlier. I tried on a few things, but wound up deciding on this. You tried other stuff, huh? Ah, okay, that explains. No, it doesn't. At least now things sort of made sense. It's nice, you know. What is? Your clothes, I mean. They look good on you. Thank you. Wow, I'm actually blushing now. Kinda made me blush to say it. Achi and Hitomi shyly avoided each other's eyes. Ooh, they're starting to get feelings. Right? These thugs have been absolutely. It's just, they're harassing everyone at this point. Thugs be thuggin', I guess. Oh, so hey, Achi said, eager to change the subject. Do you still have that magazine? Oh, right, yeah, I was gonna throw it away, but I couldn't. How come? I haven't been able to find the right kind of receptacle. Newspapers and magazines are supposed to be kept separate from normal trash, right? Tomi scanned their surroundings for a suitable bin. Wait, are you serious? Yeah. You're thinking about proper recycling now, of all times? Is that weird? Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I think you might just be perfect. Achi found himself blushing even harder now. Tama! A sudden yell snapped him out of his embarrassment. The sketchy-looking fellow who'd given her the magazine was scampering down the stairs towards them. Great, weirdo's back. The man ignored him, though, and leaned in close to Hitomi. Ah ha ha ha, you do still have it! Snatched the magazine from Hitomi's hands. Yes, this one hadn't been scratched off yet. The man hungered down on the floor and began scratching away the scratch card stapled into the centerfold. Wait, don't let him have that! Another man came in swooping out of nowhere and yanked the magazine away. It was the older fellow who'd appeared in the elevator minutes before. Oh my gosh. Good. Recycling could use more positive propaganda. I'm all for it. Listen, bring back Captain Planet. It would be good. You can't do that, that's mine! The sketchy-looking man clutched at the older newcomer. Let go! No way! I said let go! And I said no way! The two were fighting right in front of the exit, keeping Achi and Otomi from leaving. How'd you like this? Older man shouted, scratching away haphazardly at the ticket. Now it's just a worthless scrap of paper. Ah, my 100,000 yen! You mean my 100,000 yen? Ha 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 ha! Then the middle-aged fellow looked back down at the ticket. Yeah, what are the odds? You could just scratch more at other ones and it would still be void. Somehow in his random scratching, he'd happen to land himself a winner. Give it. No way. Just scratch more of the ticket. The two men took off, engaging in a running battle for the ticket. What was the deal with those two? I'm not sure. Achi and Otomi could only stand there, dumbfounded. On the other hand, hey, look at the time. It's almost 3. The two headed hurriedly for the Gigo back entrance. They really wanted to recycle. Just so much recycle. Right, Captain? No, he would not have nice words. As soon as they were nearing the doors, the shutters dropped down in front of them. Whoa, whoa, what gives? Due to maintenance, all entrances other than the main entrance on the first floor have been closed. We apologize for the inconvenience. Customers wishing to leave, please use the main entrance on the first floor. She glared at the loudspeaker. It looked like there was no exit through the back after all. We've got a really bad proposition about this. Preposition. You mean premonition? Hitomi had gotten quicker to butt in with her corrections. Holding on to their premonitions, then, the two hurried their way up the stairwell. Hitomi tried to head out the first floor entryway. Achi yanked her back. Careful. What's the matter? It's that guy. Huh? Tomi's expression stiffened. Slipping behind a nearby pillar, Achi pointed to the man with a cane, who was keenly eyeing shoppers as they came and went. Well, this bites. There's no way we're getting out with him there. Achi. Tomi whispered in his ear, behind us. Achi glanced back and saw the two goons walk in their direction. Uh-oh. If those two caused a scene like before, the assassin would notice them for sure. Aha! The younger punk had spotted them. Damn it, Achi thought, gritting his teeth. Beep! But the thuggish pair let out a teensy squeak, then darted off in a different direction. What the heck? Achi and Hitomi watched them go, unsure of what to make of the sudden retreat. Well, anyway, Achi said after a moment, now we can try to find another way out. Taking Hitomi by the hand, he headed back into the shopping area. The back entrance on the first floor, that was a no-go. The other emergency exits were also locked down, which meant that the main entrance on the first floor really was the only choke point in the mall. It was almost time for them to meet Kanan. They needed to find some way to bust out of here. The pair headed back towards the main entrance. Then they saw the man with the cane again, heading in their direction. He hadn't seen them yet, but there was no way they'd avoid him if they don't do something quick. Guess for now, we gotta go up, Hachi said to Hitomi. They started racing up to the nearest escalator, which was descending from above. My bad, coming through. Sorry, please excuse us. They fought and shoved their way past a stream of people riding the other direction. They could see the second floor now. Hachi figured they'd be in the clear once they got there. But then a large woman appeared at the top of the escalator, heading down. She was the one who'd been in the Chinese restaurant on the 4th floor, the one who'd supposedly packed an entire buffet into her belly. She was wide enough that Achi and Hitomi would never be able to slip past her. Yeah, it's impossible for her to turn sideways. Oh gosh. Hey, out of the way, Achi shouted, but the young woman ignored him. Achi tried to push past, but he just bounced off her. They were drifting inevitably back down towards the first floor. It's like they were riding a conveyor belt that was delivering them right to the assassin. This was not good. If they didn't do something soon, they'd... Wait a sec. Something must have caught the assassin's eye. Achi saw him suddenly rush outside. There was no telling what just happened, but now there was a chance to escape. Achi and Hitomi raced out the door. Outside, the man with the cane was nowhere to be seen. Looks like we're safe. Achi let out a sigh. For now, someone said, keep your eyes open. The sudden words made the two turn with a start. Kanan was standing right behind them. She'd gotten this close and neither of them had noticed a thing. She moved with all the skill of an assassin. Achi felt a chill shoot through him. Okay, we got 2 characters to be continued. Oh my goodness, we are on a roll today. That's incredible, honestly. That's incredible. All we have to do is get the rest of them. Definitely doable, we'll see. Okay, who do we want next? I feel like Kano. Yeah, the choices overall currently are a little less difficult, but I also feel like we got lucky in doing Maria first and then Achi, right? Okay, like we haven't touched any of these guys yet, I think. Yeah, they're all... Okay. We have Achi, we have Maria, and then the others we like literally have not touched yet. So let's start with... Let's just start with Kano. Because Kano, I feel like, has the most, like, roadblocks. Kanan, Kano muttered. What's Kanan? A stench of blood hung heavy in the basement bar. Stanley was silent, staring at the criminal's corpse. Hey, do you know anything about this? Kano asked. Still, Stanley gave no response. The silent treatment again, huh? Kano huffed. The American glanced at him gravely. In all likelihood, the one who did this was acting alone. Alone? Against this many other people? Who on earth? There's no need for you to know. Cut the crap, Kano snapped. He grabbed Stanley by the collar. If there's someone involved in this case who's capable of something like this, I need to know about this. How am I supposed to do my job if you keep me in the dark? Stanley remained stone-faced. Look, I'm not afraid of the risks, Kano said. It'll be a lot more effective if you at least fill me in on the basics here. The more you know, the sooner you'll wind up dead. Kano tightened his grip. But it's okay if I wind up dead while I'm still in the dark, huh? Good point. Fine, Stanley said. Yes, the choices overall are much more reasonable, I would say, for this hour. So far, we don't know with these 3 characters yet. We shall see. I'll answer your first question. He brushed Kano's arm aside. Kanan is the name of a covert operative from the Middle East. In simple terms, a type of spy that infiltrates hostile territory to carry out various clandestine activities. I believe she's the one who killed these people here. Middle East? Covert operative? Kano hadn't expected spycraft to be involved with this. Yep, she's an assassin and a cryptanalysis specialist. I feel like that's not... It's like crypto-analysis. I feel like it's supposed to be not cryptanalysis, but I don't know. Honestly. This is the first time I'm seeing a word like this that feels weird to have it smushed together in this particular way. Do you recall the mass jailbreak from Abu Ghraib prison a while back? A prison in Iraq, west of Baghdad, under the Hussein government. It was an internment facility for political prisoners, but following the Iraq War, it was used by the U.S. Army to house prisoners of war. In April of 2004, photographs of detainees being tortured by U.S. soldiers were released, causing a massive scandal. President Bush later made the decision to have the facility demolished. Hello, Bulldog. Great to see you. Things have been going pretty good. Cryptanalysis. Used to breach cryptographic security systems and gain access to contents of encrypted messages, even if the cryptographic key is unknown. Oh no, it makes perfect sense as a word. It just like feels like it should be crypto analysis, not cryptanalysis. That's the part that's throwing me off just slightly. Kanan was the one who provided the intel the escapees used to get out. Kano was at a loss for words. Right? They absolutely should have made this like this is the thing about this game. I love this game. I'm loving it. They will give blue like terms for the most random things you can imagine, but the stuff that I'm actually like, what is this thing? I've never heard of this before. Absolutely not. 100% not. Yes, exactly. It feels like it should be crypto and like Thank you, Bulldog. This is exactly the same vibe I had from this. This is why, like, my brain, like, struggled to read it a little bit. A lot of it. The case was suddenly starting to seem a whole lot more sinister. Whoever this Kanan was, she'd apparently killed nearly a dozen people with only a knife. She was clearly no one to trifle with. Never heard of assassin earlier there. Mm-hmm. He could scarcely imagine. Once again, Kano surveyed the crime scene. Each of the murdered criminals had had his throat slit. From the looks of the deep, clean cuts, the killer hadn't hesitated in the slightest. Okay, so... what connection does this Kanan have with the mastermind behind this kidnapping? If Kanan had killed all of these foreign syndicate members in the bar, does that mean she and the person behind the kidnapping were enemies? Maybe she and the kidnapper were working in concert and she'd carry out these slayings as part of some plan to get rid of loose ends. I believe I said I'd answer one question. Turning away, Stanley picked up a file from atop a nearby table. Apparently he wasn't in the sharing mood. When has he ever been in a sharing mood? Like, he's not a sharer, just overall. Realizing that further questions would be pointless, Kano peered alongside the file as Stanley opened it. Inside was a detailed map of Shibuya. There were various routes marked with arrows and times. That's the plan for the ransom relay. Kano was so excited he blurted his thoughts out loud. It appeared that the ultimate go for the ransom was a condominium. The address and the time, 1420, were written in red ink. Kano put an immediate call to the investigation task force to relay this information. And Kano says, yes, exactly. Kanan is very new to this. Like, she showed up at the very, very end of the last section overall. And basically, she's a girl that, like, our main girl, Maria/Tama, met her in the Middle East, and who's just this, like, crazy assassin lady. She seems pretty cool, though, overall. Like, honestly, she seems like a bro. She seems like a pal. So we'll see. But overall, I'm pretty sure she's on our side. Final destination is Ground Hill 405 in Hito 534 Shibuya. Alright, Kuze told him, we'll look into who owns the condo in question. You and Stanley head over there now. I'm sending backup to go in with you. You have authorization to apprehend the suspect. Finally hearing the order he'd so long been waiting for, Kano felt a spark of determination flare inside him. She's so anime. She's the most anime person in here other than Hachi. Oh yeah, so much has happened. And it's crazy. It's super cool, though. Like, I really love how they're telling this story so much. All right, let's go. He said, some of his excitement slipping into his voice. He can feel... No, it's Kano's excitement. Stanley, still solemn, closed the file and followed him out of the bar. Stanley drove along Inokashira Dori towards Hiro, where the finish line for the ransom relay was located. His demeanor was cold and brooding, in sharp contrast with Kano's gung-ho readiness. He seemed lost in some deep and cheerless thoughts. Kuze's voice came in over the wireless as the car came out onto Meiji Dori. We've identified the owner of the condominium. It's... Kano held his breath in anticipation. The name Kuze spoke caught him by surprise entirely. Tateno? Is it Tateno? Because, like, I don't know pretty much anyone about this thing. We're about to find out, though. Yes. Yeah, I'm telling you, he has the most roadblocks. Hello, Osawa. Let's go. I do not want others intruding into my domain. Accordingly, I do not intrude on others. This is how I've lived my life. This is how I've forged my sense of calm, but something has begun to drive me mad. The boundaries between myself and others have started to collapse. I don't like it at all. I will become something other than myself, and that is one thing I fear I could never bear. Oh, no, you don't! Kajiwaro tackled Tanaka as he strode towards the door. Oh, man. Yeah, cop flick, street gang manga, yep, sci-fi thriller, slapstick comedy, and whatever Minoru Kawa's story is, right? Yeah, it's like, crazy journalist, like, which also has like weird, it's like a dark comedy type of thing. Like Minoru Kawa is kind of like dark comedy because, like, listen, the first scene you see, yeah, like some kind of dark comedy thing, but also like, I don't know, because Minoru Kawa is the most shonen protagonist style character, but he's a journalist. Like, you know what I mean? Like, his personality is at 100% like, you just gotta believe in yourself. You gotta make it work. We're like, I'll just put all my effort into it. This is my trusty laptop. We've been together forever, and I'm able to bust out the best copy you've ever seen in this nick of time to get everything done. Like, he just does stuff and like makes people and like fires people up by like fighting with them. Or maybe he's like, okay, because he's either shonen protagonist or he's like weird shonen like side character hero thing. Like, I don't know. It's basically like shonen protagonist plus also kind of like Bakugo-y, like, I'm gonna be the best. I am the best. I'm gonna do the best at all this stuff. You're just like, okay, awesome. Listen, I love me some Bakugo. But still, like, bleh. Norikawa's core aesthetic is the contrast between the mundane, yes, even dark world. Yes, that's a great way to put it too. His just unglued personality. Yeah, for sure. Like 100%. He's just he's 100% on the Minorikawa train full time, despite like the actual very dark and sad things going on in the world around him. He's a character. Kajiwara tackled Tanaka as he strode towards the door. The two men collapsed in a heap in the front entryway. Hey, Tanaka barked. What are you doing? Hold still. Kajiwara ran his bug tracker over Tanaka's body. He began beeping loudly. Aha! Kajiwara pulled off Tanaka's necktie clip. It's a listening device. Tanaka's face went pale. Where'd you get this? Kajiwara demanded. Well, Tanaka trailed off into silence. I gave it to him. It was I who appeared on the second floor landing. You were listening in? Osawa asked brokenly. Ma'am, Kajiwara said, would you mind explaining this? For once, he seemed deadly serious. I was barely able to hear a thing. That's what I get for going with something so cheap. I held out a dangling earpiece. When and where did you get that? Earlier today, when I left to do some shopping. Why did you plant a listening device on Mr. Tanaka? Kajiwara said. That's what I want to know, Tanaka chimed in. Why would you do this, Miss Osawa? He was trembling. You were outside emailing someone earlier, weren't you, Mr. Tanaka? Saw you from the window. Emailing? Kajiwara looked into Tanaka's face. I nodded. He came back into the house shortly after, and I asked him where he'd gone. What do you think he said? She was practically gloating, playing to her little audience. She began stalking down the stairs. He said he'd gone to check on something at the lab, despite the fact that he was out there in the yard fiddling with his phone the whole time. So I figured if I bugged him and he might show his true colors, and enough. Osawa cut his wife off. Tanaka had been emailing Hitomi, of course, but he can't reveal that now. I think I get what happened here, Kajiwara interposed. He folded his arms. Your wife thought that Mr. Tanaka was in contact with the kidnappers, so she planted a listening device on him. The detective peered at Tanaka. Who were you emailing, sir? Ah, yes, that's right. Show us your phone, Mr. Tanaka. Let's see what you were really up to. Or is there some reason you don't want to show us? Osawa started to panic. If the police checked that cell phone, they'd find the emails from Hitomi. If the kidnappers somehow found out about that, Maria's life would be in danger. But I was still relentlessly advancing on Tanaka. Stop this. Darling? She turned to him in surprise. Tanaka was sending emails on my behalf, Osawa said. I asked him to do it. And just who was he emailing? It was... He needed to think of a lie fast. Pretty Honey. Who is Pretty Honey? We need to find out who Pretty Honey is. Literally, I've never heard this before. We have to do this now. Okay. So, Minorikawa's core aesthetic, the contrast between the den. Yeah. He inhabits the world of ideas and ideals, suitably an outsider to everyone, everywhere, which yet very fitting for journalism. He does to us what he does to his readers. He re-narrates the reality to be way more dramatic. Absolutely true. It's pretty honey. The room went silent. Pretty... Wait, what did you say? Kajiwara asked after a long, awkward moment. Honey. Sawa replied meekly. My apologies. I didn't quite catch that. One more time. Pretty honey. Sawa's voice was scarcely audible. Pretty honey, I asked, sounding ashamed of his head. Who's that? Sawa felt his cheeks burning. Of all the names he might have chose, why had he picked that one? Who is it, sir? Kajiwara demanded. He regarded Osawa's face keenly. Personal associate of mine. You wouldn't know them. But why ask Tanaka's to send the messages? Kajiwara asked. Don't you have a computer in your study? Couldn't you have sent the emails yourself? My computer was having problems sending email. Not sure what the issue was. Either way, point is, there's no reason to worry about Tanaka's emails. I assume we're done here. I need Tanaka to run some errands for me. With that, Osawa opened the front door. Tanaka gave him a quick bow and headed out the door. Hey, wait! I started to go after him. Just calm down, Osawa barred the way. There's no way he's connected to the kidnappers. Can't you see that? His voice cracked and he shuddered at a sudden rush of emotion. There, sir, Kajiwara said consolingly. She's just deeply worried about your daughter. I turned around and marched back upstairs. But still, if she is that worried, giving a tie clip as a gift to someone seems a bit... Clothing accessory meant to hold one's necktie in place. In the old days, they were a quintessential part of the salaryman's outfit, along with cufflinks and the company badge. Recently, the clips have come back into vogue with some older men, now more frequently referred to as tie bars. Kajiwara's muttering trailed off. What do you mean? Osawa asked. Nothing. Not important. Detective waved a hand dismissively. There had been a definitive note of the suspicion in his voice. Well, back to work. Kajiwara headed back to the living room. Osawa returned to his study and sat in front of his computer. He had no desire to be in the presence of the detectives who now crowded his living room. The Aie Kamiki fan forum for people 40 and over was still open on his monitor. He reloaded the page and saw that his earlier thread had gotten a reply. It was from Pretty Honey, a regular contributor to Osawa's threads. Username of someone who posts regularly on the Aie Kamiki fan forum. Seems to know a lot about agriculture and the police, as evidenced by statements such as if the world were a farm with 100 people, as well as a tendency to post to another site called the... Oh my gosh. Interesting. I wonder if it's, her dad, if it's Rumi's dad. Incidentally, Shinya Kanyo's girlfriend Rumi also posts to the 87th Precinct telecommunity from time to time. She has had several massive arguments with Pretty Honey there, with the latter criticizing the police for not doing their job, while Rumi insists the police work is very difficult and deserves more credit. Let's take a jump. Oh, there we go. Look, we're back on the Kano trip. Most sliced up slice of life ever. Oh yes, it's like slice of life. If you took all those slices and put them on a plate and drizzled some kind of like chocolatey glaze thing over them and like put garnish everywhere, and yeah, it's all sorts of like, and then charged a whole bunch of money for it. Kusei's voice came in over the wireless as the car came out onto Meijidori. We've identified the owner of the condominium. It's Mamoru Tanaka. Oh, okay, that's even better. He's a colleague of Kenji Osawa. What? Kana squawked. This was an unexpected twist. Kajiwara confirms that Tanaka left the Osawa residence at just after 1400 hours. No word on his movements since then. It's possible he headed to his private condo where the attaché case is slated to end up. What's Kyubasa? Or even Takashaka. Like... Oh, man. Any officer who runs across Tanaka is to apprehend him on site. Kusei cut the connection. This mastermind you've been chasing, Kano asked. Is it Tanaka? Stanley didn't reply. fine, never mind. Just wish I could know if Tateno is safe. Still worried about that traitor, huh? So Stanley could ignore all his questions, but still remembers to make snide remarks. Talking about Tateno's the only thing that gets a reaction out of you, isn't it? Kano snorted. Makes you so certain he can't be a traitor. Tateno just isn't like that. It's not an answer, Stanley scoffed. Alright, I've watched the man work for years. I know him. He has no reason to betray the Force. You watched him work, huh? What about his private life, then? How about that, too? He hasn't had money troubles or anything like that. Kano felt his blood starting to boil. Oh, yes. Oh, we can keep talking about food forever. I love getting hungry from stream. Even if I don't eat anything afterwards, it's still just, I don't know. I like thinking about food and getting hungry. It's just delightful every time. I don't care what you think, he said. I trust Detective Tateno. Trust him? On what basis? I don't need any basis to have faith in someone. Without any basis in fact, it's just plain sentimentality, Stanley said. There's no reason or logic to it. A thin smile came to his face. Be they friends or family, you can never really know other people. The only person you can trust is yourself. Kano had no response for such an emotionless statement. He looked away. He and Stanley were just plain incompatible. It seemed like no amount of talking would let them get through to one another. Never take anything at face value, Kano. You start trusting too much, basically as good as dead. Yeah, this is why it is faith, indeed. Kano just stared out the window. Shibuya Precinct came into view. Tanaka's condo wasn't much further now. They were outside of Tanaka's condo now. Over there, Stanley said, keeping his voice down. Across the street was one of the foreign syndicate members, walking briskly, the attaché case clutched at his side. I'm making the arrest. Kano, wait! Stanley exclaimed. Kano heard him loud and clear, but had no intention of stopping. He approached the criminal at full speed, then leapt to tackle him around the waist. The two men fell to the pavement in a tangled heap. The collision sent the attaché case flying. Kano's eyes tracked the case for a moment too long. He was caught off guard when a man threw a punch at him. The blow caught him right in the jaw, snapping his head back. For a moment, Kano saw stars. As he shook off the impact, the man sprang to his feet and sprinted away in the direction of Stanley's car. Stanley, Kano shouted. Grab him or get the case. The case! Stanley headed for the attaché case while Kano went after the suspect. Suddenly, the fleeing man skidded to a stop. Several cars had pulled across the road ahead, and detectives were pouring out of them. His escape route cut off, the criminal resigned himself to capture. Yeah, exactly. Kano got real lucky there. While Kano helped make the arrests, several of the other detectives broke into Tanaka's condo. Stanley, meanwhile, was carefully inspecting the exterior of the attaché case. He'd already opened it. It was stuffed with bundles of banknotes. A 50 million yen ransom was back in police hands. This is a decoy, the American muttered under his breath. I wonder where. His words trailed off, but Kano had heard them. What did you expect? The detective demanded. Samples of that new drug in there? As usual, Stanley gave no reply. The look on his face, however, told Kano he'd been right on the mark. Some of the backup team had emerged from Tanaka's condo. Kano turned to them, feeling a sudden surge of anxiety for Maria. What's the situation in there? They told him they'd found no one in Tanaka's rooms, so the hostage status remained unknown and the main culprit had evaded capture. Stanley is super sus. It could be a red herring, but he actually he's bad for Kanan for sure because Kanan does not like America, I imagine, which makes sense because if you've been to Iraq or Iran, then you would not enjoy America. There's not good stuff there around that time. So could be a red herring or it could just be he just kind of low key sucks. The case hadn't been solved. In fact, it was still unfolding in the worst way conceivable. And still, Stanley remained focused on the attaché case, pondering it with a thoughtful expression. Look, Kano told him, I'm going to request that I be returned to my normal duties. Maria still needs to be rescued, and I still need to find out what happened to Utomi and Detective Tateno. For once, Stanley actually responded, Utomi? Yes, that's it. Makes perfect sense that they'd have her carry it. Huh? What do you mean? This whole attaché case relay was a fake out. Whoa, slow down, Kano said, wishing he could calm himself with his words. Explain what you're talking about? Somehow, the kidnappers made contact with Kenji Osawa, got him to have Hitomi carry the drug, separate him from the ransom. Wait, you're saying Hitomi bring them the drug? Absolutely not, Stanley nodded. The case handoffs were a sort of camouflage, a way for them to keep police distracted from their real goal. Kano nodded. It indeed felt like the case relay was a decoy, an attempt to buy time. If the syndicate were after something else entirely, that would explain why so many of their actions had appeared to make no sense. So, Kano asked, what kind of drug is this? Why would they go to such lengths to get their hands on it? It's an antiviral, Stanley replied after some hesitation, a way to cure people infected with a very particular virus. What virus are we talking about? It's called UA. Kano never heard of it. Still, he could imagine the possibilities. Suppose this UA was something like the Ebola virus. Suppose, just, of all the viruses we know, we're gonna pick the one that it actually is close to in this game. Just sort of thinking about it. Discovered in Sudan in 1976, infection causes Ebola hemorrhagic fever, resulting in a high fever and massive bleeding throughout the body. At present, there is no vaccine to prevent infection or any drug to cure the disease after it manifests. Yes. Suspicious for, definitely. It's super duper suspicious for Stanley to be here, at all. Or perhaps HIV. Oh, okay, cool. We're thinking about another one. HIV destroys the cells that are essential for regulating cell-mediated immunity, considerably reducing immune response. This effect can result in infections that would ordinarily be fought off by easily developing into serious illnesses. There are various treatments, but as of yet, nothing that will eradicate the virus completely. Or even the all-too familiar influenza. It's the flu. It's the flu. Ta-da! I don't really think I need to read the whole thing about the flu. The flu is the flu. 3 pages in the doc. Is it lupus? Oh, well. We don't know. There were medicines that could treat all of these diseases, but none of that could cure them completely. Any drug that could do that would be worth vast sums of money. Kano, do you have any means of getting in touch with Mr. Osawa? Yes, I know the detective stationed at his home. Check in with him ASAP. It is never lupus. Ever. Find out whether or not he gave the antiviral to Hitomi. Kano expressed a scowl. It looked like he wasn't done assisting Stanley yet. He got out his cell phone and dialed up Kajiwara. Kajiwara picked up promptly. Kano, what's going on? Can I speak with Mr. Osawa? I suppose that'd be alright. What for, though? There's something I need him to confirm for me. It's an emergency. Alright. Just make sure not to tell him anything about the investigation. Sure thing. After a while, the man's hoarse voice came over the line. Osawa speaking. Can I help you? This is Detective Kano from the Shibuya precinct. Time is critical, so I need to just cut to the chase here. Kano took a deep breath. Did you give the antiviral drug to your daughter, Hitomi? Osawa let out a gasp. What? 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 I feel like these are 2 different questions. I feel like you're gonna think about 2 varieties of this question. Different directions. This came out as probably flu. Swine flu, swine flu was some years later and stuff. But yeah, still. It's the UA virus. It's the UA one that's close to Ebola. We know this because of the thing with Osawa here, but it's still interesting. Osawa returned to his study and sat in front of his computer. He had no desire to be in the presence of the detectives who now crowded his living room. The Aya Kamiki fan forum for people 40 and over is still open. Okay. Pretty honey. Oppose the idea of Aya Kamiki expanding into America. She should be able to enjoy the success she's earned in Japan without having to struggle overseas. Aya has done so much for us, I'd like her to keep supporting Japan forever. The message was festooned with the sort of emoticons a young girl might use. Pretty Honey claimed to be a 19-year-old female college student. Although the community was meant for Aya Kamiki fans 40 and over, the settings allowed for anyone to post there. The only young woman among the members, though, was Pretty Hungy. It's probably not a young woman at all. Fred continued. By the way, have you tried the Aya Kamiki fortune teller yet? There's a link below. Fortune telling, huh? The practice of determining a person's future luck or life events using cards, horoscopes, and or other methods of divination. Most people believe such prognostication when it foretells something good, and don't believe it when the outlook is bad. That's about as much faith in fortune telling as someone should have. Very unlucky. Okay, what was this? What is that? What is this thing? Like, what is a stick? It's a stick. Coming out of a... Okay. It's an unlucky... I have no idea what a fortune teller stick is. I've never heard of a fortune teller stick. Placebo the good and the bad. Perfect. Sawa stared. Should he ask whether Maria was safe? If he gave him a good answer, he'd believe it. If it were a bad answer, he wouldn't. Or it might be worth a shot, just for peace of mind it'd bring. He clicked the link and the Aya fortune teller page came up. It asked you to enter your birth date and sex, and then Aya Kamiki would offer her advice. Osawa followed the instructions, entered his date of birth, selected email, then clicked next. A few seconds later, the fortune was displayed. You're a very work-minded person. That is true. He'd hoped for some insight on Maria, instead it was just a write about his personality. You'd never be able to get by without the devoted support of those around you, but you probably don't realize that, do you? Oh! Yo! Hit him. Hit him. It's a big mistake to think you can get through all of life's challenges on your own. There's nothing cool about being ignorant. Yes. If you don't get over your indifference to the world might start to harbor quite a grudge. Find a way to connect more deeply with the people around you and start living a better life before it's too late. Just do that and you're sure to have a wonderful future ahead. Yo. Yo. Absolutely. Oh, okay, it's just sticks and it's just which one. Oh, that actually makes perfect sense. Okay, I like that. That sounds fun. Famous people who got your result. Shinosuke Aorai. Head of the Wandering Angels Theater Troupe. He has an interview appointment with Minori Mirikawa at 2:30. Osawa couldn't help but feel that the advice was painfully appropriate. He went back to the forum and replied to Pretty Honey. Nice to hear from you again, Pretty Honey. I definitely know how you feel about Aya Kamiki being ours. Still, I'm confident she got what it takes to persevere and succeed in America. And if she does fail, well, all of us in Japan will be here to welcome her back all the same. Guess this voyage to America I've concocted just has me a little worked up. So I clicked post and leaned back. He said the emoji too. Leaned back in his chair. Mr. Osawa, Mr. Osawa, was Kajiwara shouting from outside the door. First the toilet, then lunch. What is it now? Jito Ishii is one of the Spike Chunsoft's most important director and one of 4 writers of the game. Producer for 9 and 9, detective writer for Time Travelers, game planner for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and director of the upcoming follow-up to this game, Shibuya Scramble Stories. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay, Jiro is like hardcore into these types of stories. I absolutely am going to need to play the follow-up game. I already know I need to play the follow-up game. He's quite experienced in time travel detectiving. Quite so. There's been a development in the case. Please join us in the living room. We have important matters to discuss. Kajiwara had his detective face on. When Osawa entered the living room, I was already there, looking stern and solemn. Now that you're both here, Kajiwara said, allow me to share what we know. We've identified a location that appears to be the Syndicate's hideout. You have? What about Maria? Is she still there? Osawa exclaimed. We haven't been able to ascertain whether your daughter is safe. Well, then what were these important matters you needed to discuss? Osawa felt a wave of anxiety rush through him. The hideout in question is a condominium in Hiro, and it's owned by whom? Mr. Osawa, please calm down. Tell me, go on, out with it. Kajiwara took a deep breath. The residence is owned by Mamoru Tanaka. Osawa was speechless. He couldn't process what he was hearing. Tanaka? Lies, I shrieked. Just what are you implying? That Mr. Tanaka's the kidnapper? Where's your proof? With due respect, ma'am, weren't you suspicious of Mr. Tanaka yourself? Well, I suppose, but you did go so far as to stick a listening device on him. Flustered, I withdrew into a vacant silence. The sudden ringing of the phone startled everyone in the room. Was that Tanaka? No, it couldn't be. There was no way. The phone was wiretapped. The detective wearing the headset nodded to Kajiwara to turn to motion for Osawa to pick up. Tragedy Looper. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I love Tragedy Looper. It is a board game. It's a board game, but it is like the best time travel mechanics ever. It's a little bit roleplay, but it's like basically because you do have a like game master, but the game master, like they give you a thing and they tell you what to do. They tell you like basically, like I swear this game would have been like way more popular, unfortunately, in America if it didn't have like the anime vibes, but like you can usually find it actually super cheap in the US. I don't know if you still can, but probably. It's like one of the few games I brought with me to Poland actually because it's so unique. But yeah, so you can play it either like just one-on-one with like one like mastermind and the other like person who's playing as like the 3 time travelers, or you can split it into like up to 3 players who are trying to figure out and solve the clues before they run out of loops. And like there are really, that's such a shame because I like it so much actually. I like it a lot, but like it's so interesting and you can really sit there and just like think about it, like think about how like because like it's like a logic puzzle effectively. Actually, Bulldog, you'd probably like it a lot because it's logic puzzles effectively. It's like, okay, so you have this character who can only do this sort of thing, or like if you have this and this, then it can only be this kind of thing. Like you have to like narrow down what the actual like truth of certain situations is, and like the person running it can play it as just like pure logical or like put flavor into it if they want to. And they do have like options, like they do have certain like actions that they can take. It's just that they have limitations on those types of actions and they have to pay attention to that. But it's really good. It's really good. The time travel mechanic works perfectly. It works perfectly in this game because like it's exactly how you'd expect like anime style like time travel to work, where like basically if you hit a bad end, it starts like if a character dies, like it starts over, right? Like either if like a target dies or you die, or like basically there are lots of things that will end a loop and force you to restart. Like anything that gives you a bad end forces you to restart. When you restart, some things will have to happen the same way, which helps you kind of narrow down the possibilities, which is why actually the loops are helpful for like narrowing down which character is what and playing what role and what actually is causing the bad end, and like what's actually happening. Like the time loops give you more information over time and they go pretty fast, so it's not so much. House on the Hill. I don't know this one actually. But yeah, I mean, I totally understand. It's definitely like, I feel like with all time travel stuff, it's definitely like, I'm a fan of in general of like time travel-y things, but there's some aspects of it I don't love also. But I would definitely say that like, if you like logic puzzles and you like time travel and you like uniqueness in board games, you can get Tragedy Looper for like less than $20 from like anywhere. I got it for like $12. It's so cheap, and at minimum just playing the tutorial with someone, because again you really only need one other person to play, can just be just a really interesting time. I never regretted owning this game, even though I have played like a total of like 4 times ever, because as soon as I was able to teach this game I moved, and then guess what happened again? I moved again. And then now I have to remember how to play like every time too, because it's like literally multiple years between each time. Still. I started to see, oh wait, I do know this one. No, it's not. Okay, so No, I would say it's not like this, but it is, because like all the information is more or less in the open, you're not like walking through a mansion. Like there's only like 4 locations for like things to travel through. Mostly you are observing and playing cards on certain locations based on what you think might happen or the actions the mastermind might take. Like you're playing by also trying to think about what the mastermind might try to do so you can get an outcome to go in your favor. Yes. Yes, exactly. Betrayal. Interesting. Actually, so House on the Hill or Betrayal, whatever, is Betrayal the one where it's like the legacy style and like it changes over time and you play as like the same family over the course of like multiple decades? Because like that's the only version of that that I've played. Scenario becomes known. Oh, true, 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 true. That's for sure. That part is definitely true, but you have to figure out more or less the scenario to work. Like the legacy games, gosh, does anyone remember when legacy games were really popular? Like, because I remember Risk Legacy being the first one, and it made Risk like actually interesting. And then there was like Charterhouse and like what was it like something Bamboo Legacy? Yeah, Scythe is another one, and this is also one of those too. And like I think we got some really broken characters for that. Also Seafall, which ooh, Seafall is. If we talk about pure gameplay, if we talk about pure mechanics, Seafall had a lot of really interesting ideas, but I think it's probably overall, for me personally, the worst game I've ever played. And I played it all the way to the end. I did, but like, there was so much that made no sense whatsoever. There were so many mechanics that would like be introduced and then become completely useless almost instantly. There were so many things that you like tried to care about, but then like again didn't matter or mattered way too much and like basically let one player snowball. But then because they must have recognized the snowballing effect, so then they made it just like again not do anything, and they kept changing what the goal of the thing was, and you're just like, wait, but that just sounds. But now I have to repeat all the stuff from the beginning and then also do this other stuff too with like I think it was a really annoying amount of RNG also. I have a lot of opinions about Seafall. But like, listen, I mean, for anyone who's enjoyed it, I'm very happy for you. I'm actually jealous that you were able to enjoy it. Because I could not personally get there. Like I said, it is a 100% unique game. There is nothing like it, for better or worse. And as far as I'm concerned, unfortunately, mostly worse. Last time I played, a trail on House and Hill was the villain. Hunting the villain rather than interesting. That is really interesting. Those kind of games sound definitely interesting, but like it is hard when you play a game like that and then like you have to deal with like, oh no, now we're not friends anymore and everyone's against me, and it's almost never fair when it's like 1v many. Like no matter what, someone's gonna feel overpowered. Either all 3 players who have 3 more actions are gonna feel overpowered, or the single person's gonna feel overpowered. Like it's pretty much always a guarantee. Hello, he said cautiously. Ah, hello, is this the home of Maria Osawa? The voice was not Tanaka's. Osawa didn't recognize it, but the veil of despair that hung before him thinned significantly. Is this the home of Hitomi Osawa? This time, the man on the phone used Hitomi's name instead. Yes, that's right. The caller immediately hung up. As Osawa stood there dumbstruck, Kajiwara gently took the receiver and hung up the phone. One of the detectives addressed Kajiwara. We've traced the source of the call to a cell phone. Also, we pinpointed the base station used. Inform Director Kuze so we can prepare a team just in case. Super nun with a shotgun. Totally hilarious and genre unreal. Oh, that's so awesome. Why does the 10-year-old have a shotgun and enough dexterity to run through 6 rooms in a single turn? Incredible. Love it. Listen, they've got the power. They've been divine blessed. What do you mean by that? Kajiwara frowned slightly. Just because this is a kidnapping case doesn't mean that every phone call comes in from the kidnapper. We'll look into it, of course, but I see. Besides, right now, confirming Mr. Tanaka's whereabouts takes priority. Don't you agree? Osawa nodded. Someone should call him, the detective added. I'll do it. I got out her cell phone and dialed up Tanaka. Where was Mr. Tanaka headed? Kajiwara asked. He eyed Osawa keenly. To work. I sent him to pick up some documents. I don't actually know. Even leaving out the part about Hitomi, that was still the truth. If Tanaka was behind the kidnapping, Osawa knew he ought to tell the police about the blue minivan and the emails from his daughter. Listen, shotguns. Shotguns and shenanigans go hand in hand. That's just facts. Part of him still trusted Tanaka deep down. He couldn't bring himself to give it all. We have investigators en route to Tanaka's condominium, Kajiwara said. Let's wait for them to report in. We have investigators en route to Tanaka's condominium. Let's wait for them to... That's what he just said. On the far side of the room, I was squawking in frustration. Despite several attempts, she hadn't been able to get through to Tanaka. Okay. It just saved. We're going to continue from here in the future. So we're going to go right to the title screen. Because if we continue, we're going to get caught in a whole loop of interesting stuff. Again, that is just how it is, unfortunately. And yes, listen, I would love to keep playing, but I gotta go early to work tomorrow. So here's the thing though, y'all. I am also not going to be streaming next week because I will not be in town. Basically, it's a national holiday on the 11th, so also like we got the 10th off as well. So I am going on an adventure. It should be fun. I'm going to another city. So, but because of that, that means I will not be able to stream next week, but week after, back to normal. Aces, we will be getting deep into the weeds and everything as well. But yes, it would have been quite the scramble to blur. I mean, I hope you enjoyed the Guild Wars too. And thank you for hydrate and stretch. I will definitely be hydrating more and stretching more as it is sleepy time. But yes, indeed. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love the chats as always. I love this game as always, and looking forward to the next week. Will we be continuing and seeing what is going on with this hour and who is Kanon and all these things? There is so much interesting to this. Yeah, it was great to have you back again, Bulldog. I hope you'll be able to hang out again sometime, but again, I totally understand. Life be life. So, but yeah. See y'all, partner time, Al Gold, Bulldog, Kira Gold. See you in the future and have a great rest of your day. And yes, check out Tragedy Looper. At least find out about it. It's so interesting. It's completely unique gameplay. Please check it out. Anyone who's interested in game design, game mechanics, time loops, any of those things, any one of those things, all of those things, slam dunk it. Like, give it a look. But yeah, good night, everyone.